All right, so we are live right now with the only free China. He's trying to free China. We're all trying to free China, but it's not. It's not. Apparently, we're moving in the wrong direction with China.
I feel
Um,
like, with our subscribers combined, we've got 12,000 subscribers. We can free
yeah,
China with that many people. Come on, Corey.
the the power of 12,000 people that don't
With
really
our
know it.
powers combined.
Exactly. It's like Captain Planet. Do you know Captain Planet? Do you
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
that?
like it was like earth, fire, wind, water. And then the last guy was like, heart.
But instead, it was like China. Yeah. No, so basically today I thought that, since we always talk about China and we would try something a little different. This guy, he shills, I guess, for the Taliban. I don't know how you shill for the Taliban, but and he's a British guy, so I was like, you know what, this we have to bring you on here, and maybe
Hmm.
you could set some of the story straight because he says some shit where I'm like, I don't think Britain is that bad. I don't think the UK is as bad as he's letting on. Um,
It's
you
always
know,
weird that, isn't it? Like the grass is always greener on the other side. People are very
mm,
quick to say terrible things about the country that they come from, but this guy's clearly in hell from what you showed me earlier. This guy's like literally living in hell, and he's
yeah.
still he still like, starts bad mouthing the UK. So anyway, yeah, man, like I'm kind of looking forward to seeing this more of this guy. You did show me a little sneak preview earlier, but I kind of haven't seen much of it. So it'll be
Mm,
interesting to see what the hell this guy is going on about.
right. So as you can see, just like where it's paused, like he looks like he's high. So that's I'm, I'm going to assume he's probably not the smartest, not the smartest guy in the world, of course, because I don't know many people that would go to Afghanistan and be like, "Oh, the place is awesome, woo!" But yeah, apparently we have found that guy, right? That really thinks that this place is awesome. So
Well, we've seen so many shills in the past. Usually we focus on the China ones, and all of them, they have the similar pattern going on there. They kiss ass to the government, and they just always just try and pander to the nationalists. So is this guy going to do the same for Afghanistan? Is he going to be kissing the Taliban's ass? Is he
I
going to be
mean,
pandering?
I don't know if I would say that he panders as much because we've seen some serious pandering in the China community. I mean, I doubt this guy's going to vegetable dance. He's probably not going to do that because, like,
There's no
no one.
vegetables there.
Yeah, right. There's no vegetables there. Plus, I don't know anyone with such low standards that would vegetable dance except for those people. So but who knows, right? Who knows? Maybe he'll have
Yeah.
his own version of vegetable dance.
How
Um,
many how many subscribers does this guy have, and does he get a lot of views for his videos, by the way?
Actually, that is a good question. So he has 60K subs. His channel is
Whoa.
Britannica Politica, and so he does have a
Hmm.
lot of views. And he does travel around other places and things like that. And so it's really funny that someone like you know uh, that this guy would like have this many subs and go to Afghanistan and do these kind of things. So um, I
Yeah.
don't know because it's not like Bald and Bankrupt. Bald and Bankrupt, like he goes places and
Hmm.
he seems generally interested in the history and things like that. But this guy's a little different. This guy's like he's pretty damn oblivious. When you see the look on his face, a lot of times you're like, what the hell? So
Yeah.
again, just looking at his face here on the screen right now, he seems like he's intoxicated. But so yeah, we'll get to
Yeah.
the
I
video here.
literally have no idea who this guy is, by the way. This is pretty much, apart from that little preview you gave me earlier, this is literally the first time I'm seeing this guy. So yeah, let's have a look.
Right, and that's the thing too. I just want to say, like, he popped up on my feed, and I was like, who the hell is this guy? And he has 60K subs, so I was like, really, as someone with 60K subs and they're going out there shilling for the Taliban. So
let's have a look.
Boy, to have a chat about how that all
Sure.
went down is Miles.
Hey guys, how you doing?
And as he did with everyone, he invited me jokingly to come back with him to Kabul one day. Unlike everyone else, I actually said yes.
Think about that. Someone like they jokingly ask you to come back to Afghanistan, and he's like, yeah, okay.
Paying for more than 75%.
I'm gonna skip ahead.
Just noticed the airport though. Just quite a bit of a strange theme. It's got Pakistan. Oh yeah.
Is this guy joking?
That was my question in the beginning.
However, the first thing you see are the leftover American helicopters and planes, either left by the American forces or sold to the Afghan National Army. Some people will tell you that these machines are inoperable. However, on my way out of the country, I did witness that, yes, they are still operable. When you step off the plane and see the Taliban white...
He's like, they are still operable. So he sees like...
Why would anybody go there?
Again, like I think there are these people that they want to explore what they know is going to be shit, and they have to step in the shit themselves, and this is that guy. So it's what it is. He has to step in the shit himself, basically.
Flags flying over the airport, you get a sense and a feeling of what on earth you have just done, which is step into a country which is ruled by people that your country has been fighting for 20 years as terrorists who has never come to power. But you've made it this far, and there's no going back, so in you go. First thing you do is fill out a Taliban immigration form. God knows who will ever read that, presumably no one. And then walk out at the airport to see the Taliban and Chinese propaganda posters that have been put up. We then walked out of the airport zone, walking past all the Taliban checkpoints that lead up to it, down into Kabul itself. And at which point we had to walk down the main street, down to our new home right by the airport, known as Darya
Sorry,
Village.
can you just pause it for a
met
sec?
with some
Yeah, of course.
One thing about this guy is like, if you call him a moron, whatever, it's probably true, but he does have balls. This guy's got balls to go there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course. There's a lot of places like I would love to go and explore North Korea, but I'm not going to go there and be like, oh, the place is fucking wonderful. Everything is great. It's all, we know that like you don't have to be a chef to know that like some food sucks, right? And there's of course this entertainment value in going places and seeing that they suck. But the problem is like this guy thinks that it's fucking wonderful, and we'll see into that more in a second here, how he thinks it's great.
Because so far he's been okay. He hasn't really. I haven't seen any shilling so far.
Exactly. When I first started this video, I was like, this is kind of interesting. And then he kind of like veers off the path a little bit, and I'm like, is he joking or not?
Yeah.
Let's
see.
really suspicious security guards who didn't really trust us and wondered what the hell two British tourists were turning up in the evening and requesting a room for. And I would later learn that the security guards did actually advise the manager not to let us in as we were so suspicious. The reception called up the manager and mentioned that two British tourists had just turned up and were asking for rooms. The manager thought that this was some kind of translation error. So in return, we ended up getting some really good rooms at really good prices. So that all worked out in the end. On top of these rooms, we also got 3 square meals a day to an international standard, and also free laundry.
So keep in mind, he didn't just get the average everyday room. He got the nice room to the international standards, the 3 meals a day to international standards, because they accidentally thought that he was someone he wasn't. So this room has to be like fucking amazing, right?
Has to be like really like a 5-star kind of hotel kind of room, right?
Exactly, because he's clearly like a politician or something, right? I mean, shit.
Going to end up in Kabul against Foreign Office advice, or if you're there for work as part of a company, I highly recommend Darya Village. Fantastic place, honestly. Even when we turned up, they had stopped serving food, but the chefs went to the kitchen to go and get us dinner to cheer us up.
19 degrees in here. Beautiful. Open that door.
Whoa. Is this the hotel room?
Literally just woke.
Yeah, he's like fucking beautiful. It's like, no, it's not. No, it's
the lighting is depressing. Look at how dark it is.
Yeah, he's like this is kind of like a hotel room in China that I've seen a lot of times. It's like you go in, the walls are all concrete, and you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Super depressing. Like usually like just a little crappy bed in the corner. All of this like wooden furniture that just looks like it's rotting from the inside. Usually like a shower. The shower quite often doesn't have a cubicle. It's just a shower next to a toilet, right?
Yeah, of course.
Can't wait to see this guy's hotel room.
This is the nice room because they mistook him for someone else.
Yeah, right.
In the hotel in Kabul, we arrived at yesterday. If I look like shit, it's because I feel it. We spent 40 hours on planes and shit, and now I want to sleep. But 8 hours. I thought we'd just show you the hotel.
What the hell?
Oh,
carpet, amazing.
Look at the rug.
The carpet is amazing. His standard of amazing carpet, right there. Bam. That's an amazing
is that the floor? Is that tiled flooring with a crappy little rug on it?
Yeah, it was. That's true. He tried to make it sound like it was carpeted. It's like, bro, that's just a crappy little rug that they put there. You know.
And look at that cheap ass chair. It's not even like on wheels. It's not even like an office chair. It's just a cheap ass chair.
It's not a hotel chair or anything. They found some random fucking chair and they were like, you know what? Just throw it in there. It'll be okay. And this guy is like, look at my beautiful room, and they're like, they'll love it. What the fuck?
Very clean. Chair. Ooh. All right, desk.
Ooh.
TV. Which
he's shocked. He's like, there's a desk in here.
The channels aren't amazing, but TV.
Wow.
Get these, get plugs. Air conditioning, very important. Fridge, very important.
Look at those curtains. You're going to
keep all your Freddos.
Okay, pause it.
Freddos,
Pause it. Okay, so you know what Freddos are, right? I explained it to you, didn't I, before?
Yeah.
They're basically, for anybody who doesn't know what a Freddo is, it's one of the cheapest Cadbury chocolate bars that you can buy here in the UK. I think last time I bought one was years ago, but I think they're probably about 10 pence or 20 pence for a little chocolate bar, and it's like the cheapest crap. And why does this guy keep Freddos in his Taliban hotel room? Like, what the hell?
There's like 10 of them in there. It's like he knows that like if he can't find anything to eat, he at least has something, right? He's like,
but you're gonna live on Freddos?
apparently he's gonna try if he has to. Again, he probably didn't plan that. He doesn't seem like the smartest guy in the world, exactly.
Freddos, yeah.
Anyway, let's check out this TV, which is very weird. It's mostly just news channels about how, America's a terrible place. Don't go there. Not very good things going on there. Whereas here, beautiful, beautiful country. Tried the food as well.
Yeah, see, this is where like there were a few times I was like, so is this guy just like, is he being sarcastic or is he like, what's going on here with this guy? And it just, it just keeps going and going.
What does that mean with the subtitles? Tried the foot as well?
No.
They brought this yesterday.
Oh, the food.
Some kind of tomato soup. Sorry, mushroom soup. Bread, and then this, which I've bothered. But, forgot to show the best thing. Oh, yeah, internet as well. Very fast internet. Very good. Well, ensuite. Sink. Bit of a clean, but, comes with soap. Milk.
Hey, it's a shower next to the toilet.
This stuff wasn't me.
Where have we seen that happen before?
I have no idea. Could it be that?
Is there any other countries where you can like literally wash yourself with a shower while you're taking a dump? I wouldn't know of any of those countries, right?
No, I didn't live in one of those for 7 years.
Right? Never lived in one of those.
Fortunately, on the way here, I did get athlete's foot from the 40 hours of sitting around.
From your freaking hotel room floor.
So, hopefully they'll clean up. You want to take a guess? $50 for the night.
What?
Whoa!
$50?
$50 for this place.
Okay,
Woo!
Corey, could you enlighten me? What does $50 get you in the States for a hotel room? Can you get one?
Yeah, you can, sure. So I'll be honest. So I've been a hotel manager before at a cheap hotel, and we had hotel rooms for $50 a night. Kind of during, basically it's like your trucker hotel. That's your cheap hotel. You come in, you stay overnight, and you leave the next day. You're definitely not living there very long. And I would say that it's still nicer, pretty significantly nicer than what this guy's staying in. And a lot of people considered the hotel that I worked at to be pretty shit, and it was still nicer than this. So to be honest, a lot of people, if they stayed in this guy's hotel room, they'd probably complain, I'm gonna say.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna assume it's probably the same. And he's saying that he's spent 300. So here, we'll just continue.
300 British pounds on rooms for like a Premier Inn in London, where I get just that. I'm feeling pretty good about space. Anyway.
300 pounds in London, and the hotel rooms are not as nice as this one. Is that possible? Like, do you think like for 300 pounds, you're not? I'm kind of like, is it serious?
Yeah, London is it's expensive to stay in a hotel room, but I think if you pay £300, you're definitely gonna get way better than what this guy's got, for sure, like 100%.
And you're not going to be stuck in the middle of a fucking terrorist country, like Afghanistan.
That's the point, isn't it?
So I think that's the other thing. He's like, it's so cheap. It's like, look at the fucking location, bro. It's like when people in California, they're like in Compton, and they're like, oh, it's so cheap compared to the rest. It's like, because you're in fucking Compton, bro. Like, come on, dude. You're in terrorist-filled Afghanistan. Of course, the fucking hotel should be even cheaper.
Yeah, man. And like, would you pay $50 a night for a hotel that looked like that in China?
That's the thing. Like, even at like 7 Days Inn. I don't know if they had 7 Days Inn where you were at in China, but they had 7 Days Inn where I was at in China.
Oh, a couple of hundred RMB a night, right?
Right. You would it would be cheaper, but it'd be like what, probably $30 a night. So it would be cheaper, and it would be just as So yeah, like China even apparently beats out the Taliban in price, apparently, somehow. That makes sense.
Right. I suppose we'll show off the rest of the compound as well, because this is just the room. Right. I mean, we're in a compound right now.
It's a compound.
We've got walls, and then there are unarmed guards at the front, multiple doors to get to where I am, and there's armed Taliban at the top, just making sure that we're safe from any ISIS. Which is pretty bloody good for $50, I want to say.
So, like, this reminds me of in China, how they're like, oh, China is so safe. We've got the bars on the windows, and then on the fence around your apartment, there's like broken glass on top of it and shit. They're like, it's super safe. And now this guy's kind of doing the same. He's like, oh, it is super safe. We got Taliban members on the roof with machine guns. It's like, what?
It's super safe until they decide that they want to kill you.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine that, when you have the Taliban protecting you from ISIS. That's how safe it is. It's like,
Jesus,
holy shit. And then he's okay with it too. He's like, it's wonderful. It's like,
yeah.
So we're gonna get out in a minute, go to the gym. There's a gym. It's a big gym, actually, and do that. Come back. Breakfast is being sent to our rooms at 8 a.m. So can have that.
Great.
And then I'm going to go get some nicer clothes, because I didn't bring any clothes. I didn't have any room. All camera equipment. So literally I've been wearing this for 40 hours, and then yesterday, I mean, it's horrible. And need some local ones to not look like a retard anyway. bit weird. I've always wondered, because you see walking around Birmingham or wherever else, you have these guys who are dressed for sort of the mountains of Afghanistan or Pakistan. There were plenty of them on the Pakistani flight as well, and there was just me in this, and then I realised I'm the weird foreigner. So
he finally figured it out.
Also, the next day, we had to get up and check out more of the compound, which includes the gym, the shop,
RGB lights. You see it half bar.
As well as the various defences, etc.
The hot is cold, the cold is hot.
That is a fucking nice.
Yeah, this is the first. Twitter perfume and Facebook perfume. So you can smell like Twitter and Facebook. He doesn't look too high.
Like, see how, like...
That cat's got the right idea. It's running for its life.
Yeah, like, when you have to be put on a compound where they make it that, like, you can live there all the time because it's dangerous outside, like, that tells you something. It's like, they've got a gym there, they've got a place where you can buy food and water and all this stuff, and it's like Twitter soap and Facebook soap. It's like, what the hell is this? Like, when they have these weird brands of things that you've never seen before, it's like, oh, it's just you're not in a good place. You're not in a good place, you know.
And I would say this, where he is right now, is actually probably worse than being in a prison in the UK. Probably.
Like you look at it and you're just like, So
yeah.
But he thinks it's wonderful, of course.
Yeah.
Kitty doesn't want to be friends.
Oh, Kitty's hunting birds, by the way. Meal number 2.
Ooh, there's his meal.
Oh my god.
Chicken.
Look, I like how the pasta, it looks like they just like literally took the pasta, just boiled it, and just like threw it on the plate. They were like, fuck it. Just fucking take it.
It looks like it's been microwaved. You know when you put it in a dish and you microwave it and it kind of like it sort of like stays compact together, then you just like turn the little packet over and put it on the plate and it goes bloop on the plate. Yeah. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, and then they just fucking like microwaved it, and they were like, "Here you go, bud." And they brought it up to his room like that on this, and look at the thing that it's on. It's on some kind of like white and pink food tray. Like what the fuck is that even? They brought like if they brought me a white and pink food tray, I'd be like, "Bruh, come on, this is all you guys had. Come on down."
It looks like some like little old lady's tea tray in the UK, you know?
Yeah, it's like, come on.
No idea what sauce, but you know, lots of vegetables and stuff. So.
Ooh.
Jesus.
And then just this,
fit for a king. What the hell is that?
It's a garnish. It's good.
It's a good. He's gonna say something retarded like it's a good healthy meal of mixed vegetables, and you're like, what the fuck?
It's a good selection of.
Did you notice he didn't really linger the camera on the food for too long because he knew how shit that it looked. Yeah, exactly. It was like that Jerry Good guy when Jerry Good was walking down the street doing a live stream and he saw some homeless people like on the side of the road and he quickly just changed the camera to a different angle so it didn't pick up the homeless people. It's the same thing.
Like nothing here. Woo-hoo.
Yeah, nothing to see here, folks.
Because you got to keep in mind as well, like the.
Ooh.
Oh my god! See how it's all
fantastic,
compacted together.
Yeah, it's like some processed meat food or something that's there.
That's gross.
Yeah.
And there is the fact that on the way down here, as mentioned somewhere, I don't know if I've mentioned actually, you can see the kids and whatnot, the beggars. And there isn't a fat kid in this country that I've seen so far. No, there was plenty of food. It's not like described in mouse famine or anything. We saw the World Food Program planes as they arrived. On the streets, we could see them selling, bread and everything. But still, I don't think there are many people eating as well as I am tonight. So,
sorry, has he?
I don't think there's many people
been there before?
Well or anywhere in the UK, frankly, because this fucking tastes great.
What? Oh, come on!
It's like he has to be like. There's no way he's being serious, right? There's just no way.
How does he know that like there's plenty of food and stuff? Has he been walking around everywhere and seeing people eating? You know what I mean? Like it doesn't make sense. And to say that there's people in Birmingham that are a lot worse off is ridiculous. That is ridiculous. Even the most like worst off person, homeless person in Birmingham is probably living better than the average Afghan, to be honest with you. And that sucks.
And the thing is like he kind of like he's this guy where he's like he's trying to fake it because he's like he knows that like this sucks and he knows that like it's not that great, but he's like oh, this is not so bad. Because keep in mind he's been here before, right? And you'll see like he does a really good job of trying to make it not sound so bad,
Yeah.
Oh, it's Friday today, so it's rest day, holy day. So basically, nothing's open. Miles has gone back to bed because he got 3 hours sleep like a muppet. He's too busy ship hosting. And whilst he's doing that, I thought I'd go for a bit of a walk. Show everyone. Nice big armed gate. Keep us nicely, lovely, and safe. Fuck am I talking about? Just look at all the cars.
I'm starting to think that this guy is like having a laugh.
Finally, he gives us some information of holy fuck, obviously it's just a joke, right? And I think this is the thing with people in Shills is like we've come to learn that there are some people that, if you remember, what was that guy's name? Living in China, right?
Oh, him, yeah.
He used to do the same shit, where he would walk around and he would be really sarcastic about it. And a lot of people would question him. They would be like, well, is he serious or is he not serious,
Mm-hmm.
And this guy kind of does the same thing, right? So it's like, is he shilling or is he not shilling? But this is a guy that he's poking fun at shit. And thankfully, he's poking fun, because you see some of the extreme stuff that we see for shilling in China, and people are like, these people are real. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're serious.
The Guelo 60s, the Barretts, and these types of things. They're very serious. They're putting out those videos and making that content, and they actually believe what they're saying. Whereas if you can actually see some people that they're just taking a piss and they're
with
being
some of the
sarcastic.
shills in China, though, I don't know if they actually believe what they're saying, but some of them are just saying it because they know that it's a good way to become successful there without having to do much. You know what I mean? So there's that too. But this guy, honestly, like I really feel like this guy is not being serious at all with some of the stuff that he's doing. Like,
no, of course not. And that's the thing, is a lot of people they come to us and they're like, well, how do you know that they're shilling? How is someone shilling? How is he shilling? And it's like, it's very obvious, because as an example, it's a lot about how people perceive things. And there's a lot of people that could be like, oh, well, this guy's a shill. And the reason that I bring that up is because somebody, had asked me, well, what do you think? Do you think he's shilling? And I said, no, I think that he is of course being sarcastic. But I do think that there's a lot of people that could take it the wrong way. And I also think that there's a lot of people, and we've seen this happen before, because there have been actual Americans that have went to these countries before and joined the Taliban, and they actually believe that a lot of this stuff is good, that a lot of this stuff is great, And so it's a funny thing. It's a fine line between, is someone being sarcastic, is someone actually saying what they believe? Because, like I said, in the China community, we have these people that are serious about what they say. There's people that do it just for the money. And it always makes you wonder, like, how serious are people,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Like your example with the Jason Lightfoot was quite a good one, because at first, when I used to watch his videos, I did think that he was genuinely being sarcastic and taking the piss, and he'd be like going into McDonald's and saying, "Wow, the Chinese government, they provided this McDonald's for me," and all of this ridiculous stuff. But then later along the line, he actually became a full-blown shill, and the the sarcasm kind of went in another direction where he was still using that sarcasm, but it wasn't to make fun of China or the situations that he was in. It was more to poke fun at America or the UK. So yeah. Do you think this guy could possibly go into becoming a full-on shill for the Taliban?
And that's the thing, is you later on see in the video of him going places and doing things and, exploring the country and stuff like that. And, I think it comes back to a lot of the same situations. There's a lot of good people in countries and things and the country just sucks. Maybe the government sucks, or maybe there's some terrorist organization running it, or whatever it may be, some crazy military. And there's a lot of good even in Afghanistan, right? But the issue is that you're going to see that there's still those crazy people that would align themselves with something like the Taliban, that would align themselves with ISIS. And like you said with Lightfoot, that's really what we've seen with China, was how there was a lot of those people that in the beginning you're like, oh, they definitely know better, right? And then they actually converted to the point to where it's like they were being serious, and Lightfoot was that example. And I really believe, if you look at like Jayo Nation, the entire time that like he lived in China, he would always defend a lot of things and say, well, in America they're doing this, and then now he's back in America, right? So it's interesting to see videos of people going to different places, and because it's just like, to think that he went to a place where the Taliban controls, a lot of people wouldn't even go there. You know what I mean? So it's just very interesting.
I think it's ballsy. I think this guy's got balls, and if he is being satirical and making fun of it, like, he's really like in the wrong bloody place, because if he gets caught, if they like even sort of get an inkling that he's making fun of them, and he's a dead man. He really is. Like, it's really,
and like that's risky. The thing is, the other point to really be made in this situation is that if you look at the people, these Taliban members, they're a lot like the Chinese Communist Party members. They don't know that like the life that they're living sucks. They don't know that the world is essentially laughing at them and joking about the shit that they do. And it's unfortunate, because it is dangerous for this guy to go there and to make videos and things like that. Because if he knew that people were laughing at how crappy their hotel is, they would take it personal,
Yeah.
But they're a fucking terrorist organization. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's the same. They probably don't take any criticism at all, do they?
Right.
Like the CCP.
Right, exactly. Like you can't really go to China and be critical of anything without people in China essentially attacking you and just saying that you're anti-China and all that stuff, And but it's like, realistically, it's like, dude, think about what position you're in, though. You're supporting a communist regime, just like these people here are supporting, a terrorist organization, So it's hilarious. So, we'll read some comments here really quick.
Yeah, sure. Let's have a look.
I'll go over some of the comments. So
let's see.
People say he's not a shill for the Taliban. You are aware of his channel on Lotus Eaters. No, and I think that's the thing that people don't understand, is that it's not for us to decide. It's for the people to decide, right? A lot of times we ask questions that we know the answers to, and we just want to see how people will perceive to them, Goldman says, expected this to be about Bald and Bankrupt. No, I think Bald and Bankrupt is, no one suspects Bald and Bankrupt of talking to terrorists or hanging out with terrorists and like supporting that. Bald and Bankrupt is who he is, right? He walks around and shows people the crazy shit too. But no, Ball and Bankrupt would be a good episode because he is someone to talk about that has done some crazy shit. And
certainly.
At least for my channel in the future, hopefully to talk about some people that are doing some crazy shit, right?
Yeah, definitely, dude. Definitely. Let's see, what else have we got?
So some donations appreciated.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I guess you can't see the screen. I haven't put it up there. I've just been letting the video play.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to Daniel Dumbrill? Thundering silence. That is a good question. Daniel Dumbrill has not really talked recently. He's really disappeared. I don't know if he's disappeared on Twitter. Is he busy on Twitter? Because usually Twitter is where he lives, but I haven't checked him out on Twitter even.
I don't really pay much attention to what he's doing, to be honest with you. Like, he is posting on Twitter though. I think he's been posting. I think he did reply to a comment that was on one of my tweets or something like that. I glanced over it, but I was just like, I can't be bothered. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
it's just, so it's just, Twitter's not really my thing anyway, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I like Twitter, but the thing is like, I don't have the time or the patience to keep up with Daniel Dumbrill on Twitter. That guy, I've never seen somebody post as much as Daniel Dumbrill on Twitter. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He's committed for sure.
So JD says, by Taliban standards, he looks like a politician. Yeah, and that might be true. Anytime a white person comes to a place where they are, like, everybody knows better. So anytime a white person comes there, they probably think that something very strange is going on. Of course, they would question it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But the fact that they don't know that he's coming there, to film things and to show things, and if he's a supporter or not a supporter is kind of strange. The question, the thing that they don't question to me is very strange. You think they would just be like, no, bro, like you're not coming here, but apparently they don't care.
Yeah. Like, I would not go to Afghanistan. Like, even if you paid me, I would not go there. No way.
Sure. No, of course not. So
would you
Eric
go there?
Morris says, would I go there? I would, to go there, I would like to go there, but not under the circumstances of like, I'm gonna, if I could see the place, sure, but not under the current circumstances, especially as an American. Like, I'm not, not trying to die. So Eric Muller says, yes, he knows how bad it looks. Why are you misrepresenting his sarcasm? No, the question is everyone, what is their question of what is shilling and what is not shilling, right? Because again, we had people in the China community that started just like this. They started where they made a lot of videos and they realized that it was kind of bullshit, so it was kind of funny to see how people go to countries and they know how bad it is, and they still make these videos, right?
Yeah.
And eventually, he does say good things about Afghanistan and how things are going. So to say that like he's shilling, no, he's not shilling, right? They're not paying him anything, of course. They're not paying him to be there to make videos or anything like that. Of course not. No. But he is one of those people that still does say good things about how things are going in certain circumstances, blah, 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 blah. So,
and for me, this is the first time I've seen this guy. Corey invited me onto the stream, so I thought I'd just come on in, and I just wanted to, for me, I was interested to see if like I could tell whether he was being sarcastic or not, or if he was genuinely being a shill. But from my point of view, just the way he was, like, when he was eating that food, there's no way that anybody could be freaking serious about that food and say it's nice. And even the hotel room, no way somebody could be serious and say that looks like a good hotel room. So I think my impression of it is that he's taken the piss, like, big time.
Of course. The funny part is, though, in the beginning, if you remember, he actually mentions that they gave him a nicer room. You know what I mean? Think
Mm.
about that. This is supposed to be. He's literally telling you. He's like, hey, if you're gonna come here and you have to come here, go to this place, right? Because this place is at least it's a nicer place, right? And you're thinking,
Yeah.
if this is the nicer place, then what are the really bad places, right? But it does exist, right? So he's telling you, like, yeah, if you have to come here, if you're going to come to Afghanistan, and the other thing is that he mentions that was skipped over was
Mhm.
that there are other people living in this compound that are living
Yeah.
there, that are working there in Afghanistan and things like that, and they're confused as to why he's there as just a tourist. So
Mhm.
there are people that live there. There are people that work there, and unfortunately, hopefully they're paid quite well. I don't know how you could work around the Taliban and not be paid well, but you know,
Yeah,
right.
man, you'd have to be.
So Mimi says his point is what he's got is great for the area. Eh, maybe it's great for the area. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
That's the thing. I've been to a lot of poor countries before. Like I've been to India before, and I've seen the poorest of the poor. To be honest, a lot of the parts in India that I've seen are worse than what this guy is actually walking in when you think about poverty wise. And I
Yeah.
still wouldn't say that the food he was eating was that great looking even for the area. You know,
Mhm.
I imagine in Afghanistan, I'm sure they have some places that are very nice that are serving better food than that. You know.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. It didn't look like it didn't look like what I would imagine a typical Afghan person would eat. You know what I mean? Pasta
Right.
and a slab of meat. I bet they've got some really great local food that you could have there. So
Again,
yeah,
that's the point. This is the food that is created for, foreigners
for the
as a nice
foreigner.
treat.
Yeah.
Right, right,
Hmm.
right. And it's supposed to be a little nicer, supposedly, but it's not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so someone says she has been elected again as chairman of the party, and what happened to Hun Jintao? Yeah,
Oh.
what is your opinion on that? I talked about that a bit yesterday.
Yeah, I don't really. It's like a 2 minute clip that they showed,
Hmm.
and there was speculation beforehand that he was sick,
Hmm.
and that he got taken out because he was sick. Uh, it was very weird how none of the other people really looked at him as he was walking out. Like they were too afraid to even sort of make eye contact or to look around the room, right? It was very strange. Maybe we can find the clip and have a look at it.
Yeah,
Yeah, Hu
we'll.
Jintao removed.
I don't know. We'll see.
Let's have a look. That'll do. Why do they have to put that writing on the screen? Look at that.
He's like,
I don't
"What
know.
the fuck, bro? Help! What
Is
the fuck?"
he saying sorry? Is he like sorry? I've got to leave, brah. But yeah,
It's a
I'm
good
sick.
question. It's a good question, right? Because they want everyone to believe that he was removed or that he was sick, and of course, people are saying because there were multiple things too where yeah, do you see how it looks? It looks. What do you think? Do you think he was sick, or do you think that it was a show of force by Xi Jinping?
Well, look at the way Xi Jinping is like kind of very dismissive of him. Like if your friend or like the guy sitting next to you is sick or something, wouldn't you show a little bit more compassion than that? And also, like he's on live, it is on TV. There's like journalists there and stuff. Wouldn't you want to like show that you're a nice, considerate guy? I'm pretty sure that if somebody got taken out of Parliament in the UK for being because they were sick, then they'd treat him a little bit better than that, and they would even probably have like a statement to the press afterwards saying what happened. But there's been absolutely nothing. Well, from what I know, there's been like nothing in even in Chinese media. Has there? I don't know. I haven't really checked, but I haven't seen anything.
So I had actually asked. It's funny because I had tried to talk to some Chinese friends about it in China, and they didn't know anything about it. They were like, "What do you mean?" And they literally didn't know
Really?
anything about it.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
And then after a while, it became people had heard about it, and they were like, "Oh, well, he was sick or whatever." And so that of course is what they're passing. But it's like you said, if somebody was like sick and they couldn't walk or they were really weak and whatever, you think more people would jump up and like try to help them and seem supportive, like you were saying, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
Xi Jinping just kind of sat there like,
yeah,
like,
yeah. And what was he? In another clip, I think this one's had stuff cut out, but who tries to take a piece of paper off of Xi's desk? Like he's trying to move it. And you see the guy sitting next to who? What's his name again? Oh my god, I'm terrible with the names, but like the guy literally wipes the sweat off of his forehead. The guy sitting next to who?
So watch
if you see, watch
tries,
him. He's gonna look. He
yeah.
wipes the sweat off. Did you see that?
Yeah.
He's like, holy shit! Like it's like unexpected. Look at he's standing up. The other guy's telling him, sit down, sit down. Did you see that?
Yeah. Why do they keep cutting that part out? Because I feel
take it back. Look. Watch the other guy. Like wipes the sweat. The other guy. Look. He goes to stand up. The other guy, sit down. Sit the fuck down.
Like you can see that he's like grabbing the back of his jacket.
Yeah, he's like, sit down, man.
It makes me believe that he has no idea what's going on, right? He's like, what the fuck? And you have to remember that one of them is a Hu Jintao supporter and the other one is a Xi Jinping supporter, for people that don't know. And so what you have here is like you have something very strange. You have a situation of somebody knows something, somebody didn't know something was going to happen, and then of course somebody really didn't know something was going to happen. Could you imagine? You think you're going to your country's like, a big congressional speech that they do, and then all of a sudden you're being taken out of it on live television in front of everyone.
Yeah, and you see the guy who's holding he's holding Hu Jintao right now with the mask on. He's one of I saw a post on Twitter earlier saying that he's always by Xi Jinping's side whenever Xi Jinping goes out on his little we eliminated poverty world tours or whatever. That guy is one of Xi's like personal bodyguards, I think.
And my thing is he doesn't have that look of like, oh, I'm sick, help me. He has that look of like, why are you pulling on my arm? Why are you? And then he resists. He kind of pulls back, and he's like, dude, what's going on here? Like,
and look, Xi doesn't even look him in the eye.
No, he just
yeah, that's like real compassion for a sick man, right?
Look at the speed that they're walking at too. Like, if this man was like sick and horribly whatever,
it's not like he's limping out, is it?
He's not like all bent over and like slowly walking out. He's walking out at a normal pace. He doesn't seem sick to me,
And then so in a couple of weeks, people will be like, Hu Jintao? And then she'll be like, who? Who?
Who is Hu Jintao? We don't know anymore. But I think that this is a lot bigger event than what people realize. I think that this is the showing of Xi Jinping being in power. I think that like this is very obvious that this is him being in power. This is his message to the world. This is it's just not an accident. You know what I mean? This is something that was planned. This is something that was orchestrated, and this is hey, look, anyone that goes against me is going to lose. You're going to be removed. Blah 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 blah. And
I mean, he's just proven if it is what we think it is, then he's proven that he's pretty much untouchable. He just got rid of the former leader of the CCP. He just got rid of him in front of the world on the world stage like that. Like
Right,
that's unprecedented.
because that's the thing is not everybody in the Communist Party agrees with one another 100%.
No.
Hu Jintao was someone that was not, he was not, whatever, and major supporter of Xi Jinping all the way around. That's for sure. And so now that that's gone, and now Xi Jinping can be, president of China for as long as he wants, he's going to make sure that no one can kick him out, right? That he's always going to have the votes. And if you notice, there's 100% of the vote for Xi Jinping to stay in power. No one, a lot like North Korea, no one was against him. Not even a single vote against him. So it goes to show you that, like, this is the rise of Xi, and we've always known that he was a dictator for a while now, but this is the confirmation for the rest of the world.
Cementing his legacy, basically.
Sure. So this is a very scary day for a country like Taiwan. This is a very fucking scary for Hong Kong. This is very fucking scary for really essentially the rest of the world. Because now we know for a fact that this guy's going to be sticking around for a while. So what do you do now, right? Now that we know he's going to be sticking around for a while.
Do you think that Hu Jintao could have tested positive for COVID?
I think he's tested positive for disappearing or something. I don't know.
He's tested positive for house arrest.
Yeah, something.
Jesus.
He's going to be. I don't think that they'll put him in prison or anything like that. But I think they're pretty much like, hey, old guy, you're going home. You're going out to the pasture.
Yeah.
We're gonna.
And you know what? Like, I actually don't really feel sorry for Hu Jintao, to be honest with you.
No, of course not, right?
Yeah,
like you're kind of at this point picking the lesser of an evil. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, who do we want for the lesser of an evil in this sense? It's like, can we have Hu Jintao back? But it's like, we don't really want him back either.
Yeah. I'd rather not. Yeah. Anyway, the whole situation is crazy. I've never seen anything quite like that come out of China. Yeah.
What do you think the people in Taiwan are saying right now? Because you were in Taiwan for so long, and people in Taiwan must have obviously seen this now, of course. And how do you think they're feeling?
They're probably just like they always are, just getting on with their life and just always knowing that there's this constant threat from the CCP. So they're probably like they get this kind of news all the time about China. I mean, obviously they see a lot more news about China than what we would here in the Western world. So they're just so used to it by now. They're probably just like, oh, it's just another stupid thing that happened in China. You know what I mean?
Sure. Maybe it's a lot more casual for them, I guess.
Yeah.
I just hope that it doesn't lead to much more very quickly. I don't think that China is going to try to take Taiwan by military might. I don't believe that they will do that. I think that would just be too big of a mistake. But I think that they will try to absorb, Taiwan politically over time. And Xi Jinping is too stubborn to give up on that. I think that's what will happen. Me personally.
Yeah, but I mean, their biggest mistake was really what they did in Hong Kong, because before that, before the whole national security law stuff, quite a lot of Taiwanese were pro China, pro CCP. Sure. They had the CCP gave them a good impression, and they saw China developing really quickly, and they thought, well, yeah, that's actually quite good. But then, they made the massive mistake of screwing over Hong Kong, and Taiwan's seen that now, and they would never want to be a part of that. So Yeah, I really don't think that they're ever gonna like worm their way in politically into Taiwan, because the Taiwanese people have just seen exactly what the CCP are capable of with the whole Hong Kong thing.
Right. And I think that's the thing is like people have to realize that the development of China is not real. Like has China come a long ways from 50 years ago? Yeah, sure. It's developed quite a bit from 50 years ago. But it's still really undeveloped in a lot of ways that it shouldn't, between the way that people treat each other and the way that they do things, through businesses, and how a lot of buildings aren't structurally as sound as they would seem to be. There's so many things that in China may appear to be really improved a lot on, but realistically, once you get beneath the surface, you realize that it's not. And I think that's one thing that Taiwanese people that support, the CCP would find out, was that a lot of that support was very much misunderstood. Because sure, Guangzhou, Shenzhen, Beijing, Shanghai, big beautiful cities, right?
Yeah.
But what good is that if you have some psycho government watching your every move, and then you have no freedom in that case. So.
And all of those big cities, yeah, like you said, they are super developed, but can they drink water out of the taps?
Right. And you went to Taipei, didn't you? And went around Taipei and all that, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
And what's the largest Chinese city you've ever been to?
Wait, maybe Shanghai, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, probably Shanghai. Yeah.
How would you compare Shanghai and Taipei?
Completely different, but a lot of similarities as well. Shanghai has a lot of like foreign like shops and restaurants and stuff that you wouldn't generally see in other places in China. Like for example, Shanghai has a freaking Hooters, for God's sakes. You know what I mean? And you would not see that anywhere else in China, as far as I know. And Taipei, yeah, it's got similar restaurants and shops, but Taipei, I think, is just it's just a nicer city. It's just a nicer vibe going on there, and there's definitely a lot more foreigners in Taipei than in Shanghai, for sure. Definitely a lot more expats. But yeah, just Taipei is just feels nicer, because even though in Shanghai, it's fairly westernized and it doesn't always feel like you're in China, but you are in China, and you know that the CCP are there, and you could just get into trouble for talking about politics. But somewhere like Taipei, you're totally free, and it's awesome. So there's always that aspect of being in Shanghai.
I remember going to Hong Kong, and every time I went to Hong Kong, it just felt like there was a relief of just lifted off my shoulders. You know what I mean? Like, I'm in a Chinese city, but it's not China Communist Party city. It's it's a city of people. Not a political structure.
Yeah.
And it always felt amazing, because I was like, it's kind of the same as Guangzhou in certain ways, but it's also so different. It's like, yeah, the people are speaking Cantonese and things like that, but it's just felt so much freer. The people had so much different understandings and desires and of how things are and how things work. And it was always super interesting to me, the Taiwan situation, because again, they're the same people as people from the mainland, but a different government, changes how they view things and how they do things differently.
Yeah, Taiwan is an amazing place. It really is. I can't really. I mean, obviously, there's some bad aspects to the country that could get annoying. Like for example, the traffic is awful there. The roads are just super chaotic, and quite a lot of the time, you're kind of you're walking down a street, but there's no pavement, there's no sidewalk to walk down. So you're literally like just walking on the side of the road, and there's like scooters just like coming towards you like super fast. That is a little bit annoying, but apart from that, really, I can't really think of anything else that really bothered me about living in Taiwan.
Yeah, of course. But you're back in the UK now, and are you going to stay in the UK long
Yay.
term, or do you think you're going to?
Good question. I don't know.
No, probably not with me.
We'll see what happens, dude. Right now, I'm pretty comfortable in the UK. It's quite nice, but you never know what's going to happen, do you? I mean, I was going to come and see you for a bit, remember?
But are you going to go to China, and are you going to see the new Xi Jinping? You know, since he's the leader there forever, are you going to see the land that he creates?
I would never go back to China while Xi Jinping is still the leader. I know that's true. That, you know, never. I don't think I could get there anyway. I think like I was looking at plane tickets. What is it, like over like £3,000 or something for a flight to China now?
I don't know. I haven't looked at all. I haven't had any desire to. You know.
Yeah. I honestly, yeah. Why would you? It's like this guy in Afghanistan that we were watching earlier. Like, why the hell would you even put yourself in that situation? You know?
Yeah, even just to take a piss, or even to just laugh at it and joke about it. Why would you do that? You know, I wouldn't. I wouldn't.
Yeah,
You know,
it's not worth
I
it for
could,
the videos, for the views, or anything, is it?
like, I could easily go back to China, make some great videos, and put them up on my channel, but you know, no desire to.
Yeah.
Let me
Wouldn't you like
read
to
a few
get
more
a load of?
comments. Go
Oh,
ahead.
sorry. Yeah, I was just gonna say, it would be great for me to go back to China and film some B-roll and that kind of thing. That's the only reason I would want to go back there.
Sure. Yeah, no, it's an interesting place. China's an interesting place. It's just unfortunately the government makes it a little less interesting, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm going to read some comments and then we'll end the stream. It's over an hour now. Let's see. So
Nice.
it's mostly just late to people saying, "Oh, I'm late to the stream." I don't think you guys have heard the podcast of the Lotus Eaters that will give you better context for what he's saying. So
Okay.
I think that's something that is being missed, is that the question is to start a video and to see if people can catch on if someone is shilling or not. You know, I did this too with my first Nathan Rich video, one of my first Nathan Rich videos. I put out there a video of me completely dismantling everything he said. And then I put a video out where I agree with certain points that he made. And I wanted to see how people would respond to that. And I think that it's lost on a lot of people how there's two sides to every coin. You know what I mean? There's a lot of people that would look at this guy in Afghanistan and they would say, hey, you know, really compared to what I have, what he's doing right now is not so bad at all. Whereas if, you know, according to him and according to, you know, other Westerners, we see that stuff and we think, oh, this is crappy. And that's why he's talking about it sarcastically, right? But
yeah,
I'm sure that there are people out there that if they went and they lived in Afghanistan long enough, they would try to convince you that what's going on there is great. You know what I mean?
bet you if Daddy Barrett went to Afghanistan, he'd become a shill for the Taliban. You know.
Exactly. You know, they'd allow him to open a Taliban bar, and you know, he'd tell you how great it is. You know, so they'd call it Tally Barrett, the Tally Barrett bar, and they would charge, you know, an exorbitant amount for coffee, is what they would do. So
yeah, exactly, dude.
So
you
yeah,
got any more comments?
The Alan Prime, I'm your fan. Love you. I have two fans now, the fan on my desk and the one in the comment section. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. I think we're going to end the stream now. Probably do another stream next weekend if you have time.
Yeah, I'll be here.
We'll pick out a video. We'll let you pick a video this time.
Okay, Sure.
You can do whatever you want. You can make people guess if they're shilling. You can make it very obvious if there's shilling going on. Do whatever you want. Doesn't matter. Or if you just want to pick some videos of people doing crazy dumb shit, we can do that too.
Yeah. Whatever,
so
dude. Like, I mean, I've got time on Sunday, so we can do whatever. The sky's the limit.
Sure. And for anyone that's watching my channel and hasn't seen Lewis here, his channel is Free China, of course. Pretty much the same type of content as mine, but does it better because he's not nearly as lazy as I am. He's edited, videos before. So, of course, great guy. Check out his channel. And with that being said, I'll let everyone go. Thank you for watching and have a good day. Do you have anything to say, Lewis?
No, just thanks for having me on, man. It was kind of interesting, and yeah, man, like I look forward to next time. So thanks for watching, guys.
All right. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.